The PITAKA carbon fiber Apple Watch band is a great accessory for any of the Apple Watches. It looks great and it feels great on the hand. Thank you, PITAKA, for sending this out to me. They haven't seen this video before I publish it, and they have not given me their opinion on what I should say. This is my genuine, honest review of the Apple Watch band from PITAKA and the Air case. So let's get started with the build quality. The build quality on this thing is extremely well done. I could say the lugs, the magnets, the interlock pieces between each other, everything is done really well on this band, and for the price point that they offer it at compared to some other third-party accessories, nothing beats it, to be honest, in my opinion. I really do enjoy PITAKA accessories in general, any of their cases, magnets. It just looks extremely well and it matches the rest of their line of stuff as well. So if you're into PITAKA accessories, then this is a great addition for the Apple Watch. You can see the nice little logo that they added on the clasp as well. And the lugs, the fact that they're made out of this nice metal material as well, you have nothing to worry about. The Air case is a hard shell that goes on top of the Apple Watch Ultra in my case right now. And it covers the big bezels of the Apple Watch Ultra, which a lot of people worry about and buying these different accessories for the bezels. But this is a great alternative. This is a carbon fiber rubberized material that matches the band, and it just makes the whole Apple Watch Ultra look a lot modern and less rugged. If you bought the Apple Watch Ultra for any of its other features and not for the ruggedness, and you want to cover that up, then this is definitely the way to go, because this shell on top is not breaking or cracking anytime soon. It's made out of this nice material and it covers the watch and it's going to protect it. The only gripe that I have about this is the fact that Apple included only one color for the Apple Watch Ultra, this nice titanium silver color. But as you can see on the bottom of the Air case, those bezels from the titanium color do shine through. And if that's something that's going to bother you, then keep that in mind when getting this cover on top. But I'm not really bothered by it. I just noticed it. So wanted to point that out in my video review of this thing. But overall, the cutouts are precise everywhere on this shell, and there's nothing to worry about for button presses or covering any sensors. The only thing that I did notice also is the fact that the materials are not the exact same between the band and the PITAKA Air case. It is the same woven pattern for the carbon fiber, but it's rubberized on the Air case and more of a matte finish. While on the band, as you can see from my light, you can see that it's more of a glossy finish. So if that's something that doesn't bother you, then don't even worry about this part of the video. This is just something for me to call out for people that might get annoyed the fact that, they bought two of these accessories and they don't really match in color and texture. That's just something for you to know, and I felt like I should add so you guys are aware of the differences. But that doesn't modify the functionality whatsoever with this combo. So if you have the Apple Watch Ultra without the Air case on top, you just slide the lugs in perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about the lugs ever slipping off because they are sturdy, they are really high quality. I feel like this is a band that would come from Apple, to be honest. That's how high quality I feel this band is. I've had no issues with it, and like I said, the magnetic clasp on the bottom with the safety lock is nothing to worry about, because once those magnets come into play together, it's not coming off. There's a safety feature in there as well that keeps those magnets together unless you press those two buttons on the side. And I haven't had any accidental presses where the band slips off or the watch falls out, because that won't be really good, to be honest, if that were to happen. But don't worry about any of those things. It fits really well and the lugs snap right into place. The only thing that might bother you is the fact that the titanium color doesn't match the dark, I would say like a space black lug. If you had a stainless steel watch, let's say the space black one, then this will definitely match a lot more and it would look extremely sleek. Like, it would make your Apple Watch look extremely modern. Not that it doesn't on the Apple Watch Ultra, but the fact is that, the Apple Watch Ultra does come in that one titanium color. So it is kind of noticeable. But since the band is made for multiple Apple Watches in multiple sizes, there's nothing to worry about if you don't have an Ultra. This fits any of the Apple Watch models previously, and they give a different adjustment options to get this to fit. And as you can see here, you can see the physical mechanisms moving when pressing those two buttons on the sides that unlocks those magnets and, you know, keeps them separated when needed. So this is extremely a great feature and nothing to worry about when attaching this together. If you have the air case, however, and you put the Apple Watch band on the sides, then you can see the darkness of the lugs doesn't bother you anymore. It just looks extremely sleek. Once on your hand, you won't be looking at the watch from the underside, so there's nothing to worry about. You see from the top, it looks really good, and from far away, no one's gonna notice the texture differences or the rubberized material like I mentioned. The cutouts are great, the look is great, it just gives it a nice minimal carbon fiber look. I really usually like minimal things and minimal accessories, so I really like this whole look of the Apple Watch Ultra. The orange buttons on the side, you can't really hide, but you know, it is what it is. The one thing I wanted to mention is the band. Even though I made it for my wrist size, I do have a hard time sometimes putting it on my hand, and that's due to the fact that I'm not used to, you know, aligning the magnets on the bottom. But once those magnets are aligned, it's not going anywhere. You have nothing to worry about. I adjusted my lugs where I have a little bit less than a finger depth between my hand and the band. That way it's not too loose, but also not too tight. I want the sensors to work and the features on the Apple Watch to work, like the wrist detection, all of those, because if it's too loose, then you will be losing those capabilities and the watch will probably be locking itself if it's too loose on your hand and not recognizing your wrist. But keep that in mind when adjusting the lugs. They do have additional sizes for lugs in the packaging, which is extremely well made as well, but do keep that in mind to make it just right on your hand where it doesn't bother you. I don't have any problems with it, you know, pricking my hairs on my hands or, you know, messing around with my skin around the band, because it just feels good. Like, I don't even notice it on my hand, and from day-to-day use, I haven't had any issues where I accidentally press the buttons on the bottom, because as you can see, it's harder to press to get those out. If you're wondering how to remove the links and add more links, just like myself when I got this band, the instruction manual does not explain it well. That is for sure. Those pictures in those instruction manual do not help whatsoever. I was looking at it and I was wondering, do I not understand how to do this? Or it's just extremely complicated? But after I figured it out, it makes a lot more sense. So basically you use this nice PITAKA SIM inject tool, that's what it looks like, and you push it into one of the sides while using your thumb and index finger while holding the band in your hand to pull up the piece that you're actually wanting to remove. So once you pull up on that piece, you can remove those pieces from the rest of the pieces on the band. But if you're just pushing those pins on the side, the band links will not do anything. It won't move or it won't detach. So as you can see here, you push, and then once you push, you pull the piece that you want to remove. Sometimes you have to wiggle around, that may be the case, but I started noticing after removing a couple and then adding a couple, some of them became loose where they were to the point of I could easily remove them. You know, I guess when it's brand new, it's a lot harder to remove those little push pins inside. But once you push it in, you pull from the top the piece you want to remove. Then you go to the other side while still holding that piece upwards. And once you push in the second side, then you should be able to remove the piece just like this. So once you remove that, you're gonna have that silver push pin inside, which sometimes might fling away because of the pressure that it was under. And you might have to chase around the room and figure out where it went. But here you can see they include two different links inside, because I had an issue where once I put it together with additional links, it was either too long or too short. So the fact that they include different links inside the packaging to be able to adjust it to perfection, then this is the greatest thing ever, because I can imagine if I had just the short links and I couldn't adjust it to my actual wrist size, I'm pretty sure other people have the same issue as well. And I just want to remind you of the finickiness of the whole pushpin thing. You have to slowly put it in there and keep it right in the middle. That way, when you put it together, you know, it doesn't fly away or it doesn't drop somewhere on the floor. But what I noticed, the best way to do this is to lay the band on the surface. And then once you lay on the surface, lay the additional piece that you want to add on their surface as well. And then use your push pin to push the cylinder in inwards, and then push the new piece towards the additional old pieces. Once you do that, you'll be able to actually put the whole band together and you won't have any other issues. But otherwise, this is a great band and I definitely recommend it for the look and the feel on the Apple Watch. If you did enjoy this video, then definitely give me a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and click on that notification bell if you haven't already so you never miss any of my future videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Zanev Tech is out.